Aloha, my friends, my familia, happy full moon. Curious to learn about how this full moon may be activating our relationships, bringing to light very dense, secret, hidden aspects of ourselves and our loved ones, and why this full moon may be unexpected. It may be bringing unexpected events and things into the light. Then join me. I am Lotus Dawn. This is Blossom with Lotus, and I bring you the current, up-to-date information about what is happening up in the stars, up in the sky. And today, the full moon is happening at 1:28 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I want to share a screen. I want to show you what sign the sun and moon are in, if you follow astrology, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And so we're going to dive into Stellarium. Stellarium is awesome. It is a free online site that will show you where the planets are. And why might you want to know where the planets are located? How will that benefit you? Well, every planet and every sign has a certain specific energy. And so today, there's a huge focus on two arenas of our lives. One is relationships, 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 because the sun, which represents the soul, it represents our purpose, it represents our path, it kind of represents the soul, right? The soul of the matter is in the constellation of Libra. What does that mean? Libra is all about balance. It's all about relationships. It's all about creating harmony. It's all about bringing things into balance. It's also, the symbol is the scales. And so Libra is about justice and the law. Okay. And so it's really interesting because Libra's season did not begin until November 5th at the start of on the day of the elections. And so interesting that the sun is in the constellation of Libra at this time. Now, some of you might be going, what do you mean, Lotus? I thought the sun was in Scorpio. Well, I follow the True the Stars sidereal astrological system, which says that today the sun is in Libra. And why is that? It is because sidereal astrology is based on the actual location of the stars, while Western mainstream astrology, the stuff you see basically everywhere, is based on where the stars were 2,000 years ago in 0 AD. And this is actually from the New York Post, okay? So sidereal astrology, which is the system I share, based on the actual location of the stars, tropical system based on where the stars were 2,000 years ago, okay? So what does that mean? Well, 2,000 years ago on March 21st, when the tropical zodiac, the people creating the tropical zodiac in ancient Greece, they saw Aries up above in the horizon. Well, after 2,000 years, if you went out with a telescope and looked up to see what sign would be there on March 21st, you would actually see the constellation of Pisces. And so what does that mean? It means all of the signs have moved slightly backward in comparison to what mainstream astrology says, which will change your sun sign. It will change what you know your sign to be. Kind of a big deal if you want to know that information. So today, the sun on this full moon is in the constellation of Libra, which is, of course, represented by the scales. It's all about relationships, you and me, the self and the other. It's all about how do we create harmony? How do we create connection? How do we create justice in our lives, in our relationships, in our families? Libra is very harmonious. It loves to be in the flow. It loves for things to go well. And so one of the challenges with Libra is that you might find yourself sacrificing your goals, your dreams, your visions, what you want in order to please the other person. And so that's the challenge with Libra, is potentially choosing harmony and balance over truth and around or individuality. And so that's especially heightened today because the moon is in directly opposite sign to Libra. So if Libra is about partnership, it's about connection, it's about balance, Then the moon in Aries, and it's directly opposite it. So let me find it for you. The moon is in Aries. Aries is all about, and these are all the constellations that are up in the sky. Aries is all about leadership. And you can see that it's kind of moved into Taurus. And so the dividing lines between Aries and Taurus are a little bit fuzzy. And the reason for this is that in 13 sign astrology, the size of the constellations are all different sizes. But today, the moon is right between the cusp between Aries and Taurus. And it's hard to tell here, but it's the tail end of Aries, beginning of Taurus. And so it's actually conjunct Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of change. It's the planet of sudden, unexpected happenings. And so moon is emotion. Moon is how we feel. Uranus is unexpected things happening. So we might feel a certain electric quality with this full moon. We might feel this sort of sense of unexpected things happening or occurring. And so I want to really invite you to tap into, can you go with the flow? Can you allow what's happening? Can you go with it? Okay. And so the big thing of this full moon is change. It's change. And one of the reasons it's change is because of this planet Uranus. And it's change of things from the past, because the sun is in the end of Libra, which means that we're finishing up old cycles. We're completing old things. Okay. And so what is Libra energy really all about, right? It's about partnership. It's about connection. It's about creating harmony, creating balance. It's the sign of partnership. And so there could be a very strong focus on relationships and around partnership right now, where we are guided to create more balance. We're guided to create more harmony. And it could also be, with the sun or the moon having just been in Aries, a bit of a challenge around navigating your own personal self versus relationship. That's the Aries Libra dichotomy. Okay. And so we're just going to tune into Libra energy. Libra is about marriage. It's about commitment. It's about partnership. And so those are all themes that are really up on the table right now. And beyond that, a lot of people have been reporting a lot of intensity. People have been dealing with conflict between themselves and their family members, conflicts in their relationships, conflicts across society in terms of how we're relating. And so we have this energetic of the election, sun in Libra, justice, the law, beauty, balance. But we've got the planet Mars, which is aggression, which is energy and action. It's leadership energy in the sign of the family, Cancer. And so Mars can be conflictual. Cancer can relate to the home, to the family, and to the homeland. And so it's very interesting that at the time the sun went into Libra, the election day, we also have Mars, the planet of conflict, in the sign of family. And so you might be noticing and experiencing some conflict in your family between the different political parties. And it's very interesting to be noticing this happening in the astrological chart, as well as happening in real time with the real world. And it's also especially intensive because Pluto and Mars are in polarity. What does that mean? Well, are you feeling like some deep, intense things are coming up to the surface? That's Pluto energy. In Sagittarius, the sign of truth, Sagittarius asks us, what is in the way of our freedom? What is in the way of our truth? Pluto goes deep. Pluto goes deep and reveals what is hidden. And so we have the planet of secrets, hidden things in the sign of what is blocking truth and freedom. Directly opposite, Mars, which can be leadership energy. It can be action energy. It can be the urge to take charge energy, but it's in the sign of Cancer, the home, and the mother. And so there's this tension brewing between things that have been buried and hidden that are blocking our freedom, that then the family, there's conflict in the family. And so how do we handle these energies? Well, the full moon is very powerful and it can bring up and out things that are buried or hidden. And it's a magnet. So it pulls these things up and out to the surface so that they can be transmuted, so that they can be transformed. Okay. And so the question I want to ask you is, what is coming up for you right now at this time of this full moon? Because you can literally use the power of the full moon to allow that stuff to come up and out. Okay. This is a time of opportunity. We are learning how to work with our relationships to both honor our individual needs and to bring balance into our partnerships. How can we have both balance and our own identity? How can we have a good working relationship and a partnership? How do we follow our own truth and nourish the other side? And so interesting when we stand at a time when our country, the United States, is divided across these political lines. One side being exceptionally happy and the other side being exceptionally upset. It's a balance, isn't it? It's the Libra scales. There's this divine polarity at play. Mars in Cancer, there's conflict between families. Mercury in Scorpio, transformation, depth, intensity, the planet of communication. We, our minds, our emotions are being asked to go deep. Mars in a water sign. Mars is action. Water is emotion. Mercury, the planet of the mind, the planet of thought, in a water sign. That's a lot of water energy. That means a lot of emotion. That means a lot of deep emotion. That means that we may feel a bit underwater. We may feel a bit like our logic, our rational mind is struggling to have clarity, focus, and direction. Good news. You can utilize the power of the full moon to pull up and out anything that's coming up to the surface for you. Additionally, Michael Grady and I will be leading a 5-day masterclass next week, starting on Monday. So if you would like to join us at this time of, I wouldn't say chaos, because it's like new opportunity and it's change and it's unexpected and it's deep and it's pulling things up from all of us to encourage us to take action and to go forwards and to act in the face of change, because we know that change is the mother of opportunity if we can step forward and claim it. And so how can you claim the possibility of this time? It's really important to transmute and transform the energy that may be holding you back, because that is within is what we create without. So if you have some type of block coming up for you, you may find that your outer life is struggling. Maybe you're struggling with work. Maybe you're struggling with finances. Maybe you're struggling with your family. And so in order to shift the outer circumstances, it's very important. Hi, Magali. It's very important to shift the inner resources, to shift the inner state, to shift the inner vibrations so that you can go forwards in your highest and best way. Okay. Now, there may be an opportunity for doing energy clearing work this evening. You can write me if you're interested in joining me for that. And you can join the 5-day energy clearing challenge group if you'd like to join us for our event starting next week, Monday, November 18th at 6 p.m. And we look forward to seeing you there. Please leave comments below or questions if you want to know more about this full moon energy. It's a lot. It's a lot of energy. You can use it. Utilize the intensity and the pressure to focus on what you want. So if you're noticing things in your life that you don't want, use that negative emotion to draw you towards what you do want. Okay? alchemize it, become the incredible alchemist that you are, Mercury and Scorpio, the alchemist, using the depth and intensity to tune into and activate what we're here to create. So sending you all much love. Happy full moon. It just happened, 1:28 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're on the call, activating that energy. And I just want to send you all immense love and light. And may we all step into the greatest version of ourselves, claim our destiny, claim our path, claim our purpose, choose balance, choose power, and learn how to unite them into one activated potential. Sending you biggest love. Aloha.